Your cat isn't just licking you, it's trying to tell you something. Have you ever been relaxing with your cat when they suddenly started licking your hand, your arm, or even your face? At first, it feels like a sweet display of affection. Then, without warning, they stop, give you a gentle bite, walk away, or stare at you as if nothing unusual happened. Most people brush it off as one of those strange things cats do. But what if that simple lick was actually part of a message you never learned how to read? The truth is that cats rarely waste energy on meaningless behaviors. Specialists in feline behavior explain that almost everything a cat does has a purpose, especially actions involving physical contact. Licking is one of the oldest forms of communication cats possess. Long before they ever shared a home with humans, it helped wildcats build trust, reduce conflict, strengthen social bonds, and identify who truly belonged within their circle. Yet most owners only recognize one possible meaning: love. That assumption causes people to overlook subtle clues their cats are giving every single day. Researchers who study feline social behavior have observed that licking can express comfort, security, social acceptance, emotional regulation, curiosity, or even an attempt to cope with stress. The same behavior may carry completely different meanings depending on the exact moment it happens. Your cat's body language, and even your own emotional state. Think about it. Does your cat lick you every time you pet them? Only before bedtime? Right after you come home? When you're feeling sick? After you've been crying? Those moments are not random. They form a pattern, and once you recognize it, you'll begin to see that your cat has been communicating with you in a remarkably sophisticated way all along. Perhaps the biggest surprise is that some licks are not primarily about showing affection at all. In certain situations, your cat is doing something far more fascinating. Something that completely changes the way they see you within their own social world. Understanding that hidden message could transform the relationship you have with your cat forever. And before we uncover that surprising reason, you first need to understand why cats don't offer this behavior to just anyone. The answer begins with a silent social rule that has existed among cats for thousands of years, and it explains why being licked is a privilege far more meaningful than most people realize. The secret society of grooming: why licking is a language, not a habit. If you watch a group of cats that trust one another, you'll notice something interesting. They don't spend their day licking every cat they meet. Studies of feline behavior show that social grooming is selective. It is usually shared only with individuals that have earned trust over time. In other words, licking is not a random habit, it is a social language. Wild and free-roaming cats carefully choose where to invest their time and energy. Grooming another cat requires both. While one cat is licking, it becomes less aware of its surroundings and more vulnerable. That is why this behavior is reserved for companions. They feel completely safe with every lick. Silently says, "I trust you enough to lower my guard." When your cat licks you, it may be treating you as more than the person who fills the food bowl. It may be placing you inside its inner social circle, the same one normally reserved for family members or lifelong companions. In the feline world, this kind of acceptance cannot be forced or bought. It is built through countless moments of safety, routine, and positive experiences. This also explains why some cats lick only one person in the house while barely showing the same behavior toward anyone else. They are making a deliberate social choice based on the bond they have formed. But trust is only part of the story. Every time your cat's tongue touches your skin, something invisible is also being left behind, and that hidden detail reveals an even deeper message that most owners never notice. Your cat may be leaving an invisible signature on you. Every lick leaves behind more than a little saliva. It also spreads your cat's unique scent, creating a subtle chemical signature that other cats can recognize. Specialists in animal behavior explain that scent is one of the primary ways cats understand the world. Long before they rely on what they see, they rely on what they smell. You have probably noticed your cat rubbing its face against your legs, furniture, or doorways. Licking can work alongside that behavior. By mixing its scent with yours, your cat may be reinforcing the feeling that you belong to the same safe environment. It is less about ownership than about creating a shared identity. Researchers have observed that cats living in close social groups often develop a common group scent through grooming and facial rubbing. This shared smell helps reduce tension and makes it easier to recognize trusted companions. When your cat licks you, it may be extending that same social ritual to you, quietly treating you as part of its family. That is why some cats greet their favorite person with a few gentle licks after they have been away for hours. It is almost as if they are restoring something that feels incomplete until everyone's familiar scent is together again. But there is another moment when cats become especially likely to lick their humans, and it has nothing to do with scent. It often happens when you are emotionally vulnerable, even before you realize something has changed in yourself. The emotional mirror: why cats often lick you when you're vulnerable. Have you ever noticed your cat becoming unusually affectionate after you've had a difficult day? Maybe they sat closer than usual, purred beside you, or suddenly started licking your hand while you were feeling exhausted? That timing may not be a coincidence. Researchers have found that cats are surprisingly sensitive to changes in human behavior. They notice shifts in your voice, your movements, your routine, and even subtle changes in your scent that can happen during stress or strong emotions. They may not understand why you're upset, but they often recognize that something is different. For some cats, licking becomes a calming social behavior during those moments. It is similar to the way a mother cat grooms her kittens to comfort them, or how bonded cats groom each other after a stressful event. Your cat is not trying to solve your problems. It may simply be responding to the emotional atmosphere it senses around you. This is why some owners report that their cat begins licking them after they have been crying, when they are sick, or during periods of unusual anxiety. Every cat is different, but these repeated patterns suggest that many cats adjust their behavior based on how the people they trust are feeling. But not every lick carries a positive message. Sometimes the exact same behavior is the first sign that something is bothering your cat, and knowing how to recognize that difference can prevent you from missing an important warning. When licking stops being love, not every lick is a compliment. Sometimes, what looks like affection is actually your cat asking for help in the only way it knows how. Experts in feline behavior explain that excessive licking can become a coping mechanism when a cat is dealing with stress, boredom, frustration, or anxiety. Instead of communicating comfort, the behavior begins to serve as a way to calm itself. If your cat suddenly starts licking you much more than usual, especially in long, repetitive sessions, it is worth paying attention to everything happening around them. The key is not the licking itself, but the rest of the body language. Are the ears relaxed or pinned back? Is the tail loose or twitching? Are the pupils soft or unusually wide? Is your cat calm, or does it seem restless and unable to settle? These small details completely change the meaning of the behavior. A recent move, a new pet, changes in routine, lack of stimulation, or even hidden discomfort can all influence how often a cat licks. Looking at only one behavior can lead to the wrong conclusion. Cats communicate through combinations of signals, not isolated actions. The more you observe the entire picture, instead of a single lick, the easier it becomes to understand whether your cat is expressing trust, seeking comfort, or trying to cope with something that needs your attention. And there is one behavior that confuses owners more than any other: the cat that lovingly licks your hand, then suddenly bites it. That surprising combination has a very logical explanation: why some cats lick then suddenly bite. One moment your cat is gently licking your hand, the next it gives you a quick bite that leaves you completely confused. Did the affection suddenly disappear? In most cases, not at all. Feline behavior specialists explain that this sequence is often part of normal communication. The licking usually reflects a relaxed social interaction, while the bite signals that your cat has reached its limit. Instead of silently tolerating more contact, your cat is telling you the interaction needs to change. This is commonly caused by overstimulation. Repeated petting, excitement, or prolonged physical contact can overwhelm a cat's nervous system. Before biting, many cats give subtle warnings such as a twitching tail, flattened ears, rippling skin along the back, or pupils that begin to widen. These signs are easy to miss if you're focused only on the licking. The bite itself is often controlled rather than aggressive. It is meant to interrupt the interaction, not to hurt you. In the feline world, clear boundaries help maintain healthy relationships, and your cat expects those signals to be respected. Once you understand this pattern, the mixed message suddenly makes sense. Your cat is not changing its mind in a second. It is finishing one message and immediately starting another. But cats do not reserve their tongues only for people. Some of the strangest things they choose to lick can reveal hidden instincts that most owners never connect to this same form of communication. The strange things: cats choose to lick hair, clothes, blankets, and even plastic. If your cat licks your hair, your favorite blanket, the sleeve of your shirt, or even a plastic bag, it may seem completely random. In reality, each of these objects shares something important. They often carry familiar scents or trigger deeply rooted instincts. Your clothes and blankets absorb your natural scent, making them powerful reminders of safety and routine. When a cat licks these items, it may be reinforcing the comforting connection it has with the people and places it trusts. This is one reason many cats choose to curl up on freshly worn clothing instead of a brand new bed. Hair can have a similar effect. To your cat, grooming your hair may simply be another version of social grooming. The texture even resembles fur, making the behavior feel natural from your cat's perspective. Plastic is different. Some cats are attracted to the texture, residue from food packaging, or certain manufacturing compounds. Others may lick plastic because they are bored or seeking stimulation. If this becomes frequent or turns into chewing and swallowing plastic, specialists recommend speaking with a veterinarian, as it can sometimes be linked to stress or underlying health problems. The object itself is rarely the whole story. What matters is why your cat chose that object at that exact moment. And that leads to one of the biggest clues of all. The timing of the licking often reveals more than the licking itself. And once you notice that pattern, your cat's behavior starts making much more sense. The hidden pattern, the moments when your cat chooses to lick you, matter more than the licking itself. Most owners focus on the licking itself, but experienced feline behavior specialists pay attention to something else first when it happens. The timing often reveals the true purpose behind the behavior. If your cat licks you after you come home, it may be reconnecting after hours apart, using a familiar social ritual to reinforce your bond. If it happens before bedtime, your cat may be settling into a predictable routine that signals safety and relaxation. When the licking starts during a quiet moment on the couch, it often reflects complete trust, because your cat feels comfortable enough to let its guard down. Some cats even wait until you're sitting still or working before approaching, rather than interrupting you out of impatience. They may have learned that these calm moments are the safest opportunities for close social contact. Over time, these moments create a pattern that is unique to your relationship. Once you recognize it, you stop seeing random behavior and begin seeing intentional communication. Your cat is choosing specific situations because each one carries a different meaning, but the timing is only one piece of the puzzle. The most accurate message appears when licking happens together with other subtle behaviors. That combination is what allows you to understand what your cat is really trying to say. The messages most owners never notice. A single lick rarely tells the whole story. Cats communicate by combining behaviors, almost like putting words together to form a sentence. Once you start looking at these combinations instead of isolated actions, their messages become much clearer. If your cat licks you while slowly blinking, it is showing that it feels completely safe around you. Slow blinks are widely recognized by feline behavior specialists as a sign of trust. And when paired with grooming, they create a powerful display of social bonding. If the licking is accompanied by purring and gentle head rubbing, your cat is likely reinforcing your connection in several ways at once. It is using touch, scent, sound, and grooming to strengthen the relationship. Some cats will even need a blanket or your lap while licking, a behavior linked to feelings of comfort that begins in kittenhood and often remains throughout life. Body posture also matters. A relaxed tail, loose muscles, and ears facing naturally forward usually indicate that your cat is calm and secure. On the other hand, tense muscles, a flicking tail, or flattened ears suggest the message may be very different. The biggest mistake is assuming every lick has the same meaning. Cats adjust their communication to the moment, the environment, and the relationship they have with you. Once you understand that, every interaction begins to reveal details that were always there but were easy to overlook. Now, all of these hidden messages come together in one final idea that changes the way you'll see every lick your cat gives you from this day forward. Every lick is part of a conversation you're only beginning to understand. Your cat has never been licking you without a reason. Every gentle stroke of its tongue is part of a communication system that has existed for thousands of years, long before cats shared their lives with humans. What changes everything is not the behavior itself, but your ability to understand the message behind it. Sometimes a lick is a sign of deep trust. Sometimes it is a way of strengthening your bond. In other moments, it reflects comfort, reassurance, or even an attempt to cope with stress. The same action can carry different meanings depending on your cat's body language, the environment, the routine, and the moment it happens. The greatest lesson is that cats almost never communicate with a single signal. They combine grooming, eye contact, body posture, tail movement, facial expressions, purring, scent, and timing into one complete message. When you stop focusing on just one behavior and begin seeing the whole picture, your cat suddenly becomes much easier to understand. Researchers who study feline behavior continue to discover just how socially intelligent cats really are. While they may not express themselves the same way dogs do, they are constantly observing, adapting, and responding to the people they trust. Their communication is simply quieter, more subtle, and often overlooked. So the next time your cat licks your hand, your face, or even your hair, pause before assuming it is only showing affection. Look at the situation. Notice the eyes, the ears, the tail, the moment, and what happened just before it. You may realize your cat is telling you something it has been trying to say for years. The conversation has always been there. Now, for the first time, you know how to listen.